price control mechanism for medicine to be announced next month. Government ready to review list of goods under SST. Hello and good evening. I'm Mohana Priya. Welcome to News on 2. Deputy Health Minister Dr. Lee Boon Chye said the price control mechanism for medicine will be announced next month before the tabling of the 2019 budget. Dr. Lee said the discussion between his ministry and the Ministry of Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs had started last month so that the ever-increasing price of medicines could be controlled. According to Dr. Lee, medicines are not price controlled. Therefore, the price increases between 10 to 20% every year, and this has now become a huge burden for the people.
Dan ini satu beban yang besar. Jadi untuk ubat yang biasa kita cuba seberapa yang boleh untuk guna ubat generik supaya harga ubat tu tidak begitu meningkat. Dan kita sedang dalam rundingan dengan Kementerian Hak Ehwal Pengguna untuk mencari sama ada satu mekanisme untuk kita kawal harga ubat.
Dr. Lee said this to reporters during a press conference after launching the second International Conference of Pharmacy and Health Sciences in Ipoh, Perak, earlier today. He also expressed his hope that a more suitable and uncomplicated method can be adopted with regards to the process of importing medicine from other countries into Malaysia. A detailed study should be conducted before an item is exempted from the Sales and Services Tax, SST, as it will involve the loss of revenue to the government. Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Minister Datuk Saifuddin Nasution Ismail said, thus, an exemption will only be made should a need arise.
Sebab menyemak dan mengurangkan bermaksud kehilangan hasil pada kerajaan. Okey. Jadi kerajaan harus cermat dalam meneliti. Sesuatu item yang kerajaan nak kecualikan, kerajaan kena calculate dulu. 5% dia turunkan kutipan cukai, kadar kutipan cukai, membawa kehilangan hasil berapa?
Datuk Saifuddin said this after a briefing session regarding SST held at the Perodua Service Centre in Mergong, Alustar, Kedah today. Meanwhile, Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng yesterday said plastic bags used by distributors and traders to pack rice will be exempted from SST. The government would also exempt the management and maintenance services charges from SST equally for homes with strata titles as well as with non-strata titles. A total of 6,228 business premises around the country have been inspected since the implementation of SST on 1st of September until today, namely manufacturers, exporters, distributors and retailers. The Housing and Local Government Ministry will continue their efforts to uplift the Fire and Rescue Department nationwide, besides ensuring the welfare of firefighters is taken care of. In line with those efforts, the ministry will provide a quota of 10% for ownership of affordable homes to the staff of the department. Its Minister Zuraida Kamaruddin said her ministry realized the need for the fire and rescue staff to own a house due to various factors.
So jadi selain pada ingin memertabatkan mereka, saya juga memastikan bahawa kebajikan mereka terjaga. Memandangkan Kementerian KPKT membuat rumah di bawah program rumah-rumah mampu milik.
The minister said this after visiting the Jalan Tun Razak Fire and Rescue Department in Alustar, Kedah. On another matter, Zuraida said the ministry plans to set up a fire and rescue unit in every housing area developed by the ministry. This is to allow the department to act immediately if there is a case of fire or any other emergencies in the area. Pakatan Harapan has been given the opportunity to ensure issues which occurred under the previous government are stopped. PKR President Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim said, based on the previous 14th general election result, it showed a change in the people's mindset who now want those involved in corruption to be brought to justice. Speaking at the New Malaysia Agenda event held at Felda July 4, Gemas in Negeri Sembilan today, Datuk Sri Anwar said he will ensure that the government restored the damages made and to return Felda's rights, which was previously abused. He added that Felda has suffered huge losses due to bad investments made by the previous government. The event was also attended by Negeri Sembilan Menteri Besar Aminuddin Harun. Parti Keadilan Rakyat Secretary General Datuk Saifuddin Nasution Ismail has confirmed that the announcement on the parliamentary seat to be contested by Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim will only be made after his return from Hong Kong on Wednesday. Datuk Saifuddin said Datuk Sri Anwar had contacted him yesterday before departing for Hong Kong to give instructions on potential seats that would be contested by the party president-elect in the near future.
Datuk Sri Anwar kan dah sebut, by Oktober saya akan masuk ke Parlimen. Itu pengumuman lah. Okay, itu pengumuman besar lah. Kan tak? Tak kalau dalam umum tiba-tiba ada satu kata tak bincang lagi. Come on lah kan. Presiden dah umum.
He added the potential seats were not in the northern region speculated to be in Pulau Pinang or Kedah. He said this after conducting checks on the Sales and Service Tax or SST implementation at a Perodua Service Centre in Alustar today. Datuk Saifuddin, who is also a Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Minister, said the seat to be chosen by Datuk Sri Anwar is the safest seat based on a study and taking into account the results of the last general election. The full rehearsal for the Trooping of the Colours ceremony in conjunction with the official birthday celebration of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Muhammad V at Dataran Pahlawan Negara, Precinct 1, Putrajaya today went on smoothly. A total of 28 officers and 550 personnel of other ranks of the Malaysian Armed Forces, led by the Royal Malay Regiment 1st Battalion's commanding officer, Lieutenant Colonel Muhammad Razi Othman, took part in the rehearsal and will also do so in the actual ceremony on Wednesday. Among the highlights of the ceremony are a 21-gun salute by the 41st Battery of the Royal Artillery Regiment and a flypast overhead by 5 ATM helicopters bearing the Jalu Gemilang, ATM, Royal Malaysian Air Force TUDM, Royal Malaysian Navy TLDM and Army flags. The Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail is also expected to attend the ceremony. The Trooping of the Colours is a demonstration of respect, honour and ceremonial pledge of allegiance by the three services of the armed forces to the King and country. Coming up, police deny monitoring Johor Royals' social media. Singapore state courts have granted disposal orders in respect of monies that had been unlawfully misappropriated from the 1MDB and SRC International Sdn Bhd group of companies. Solicitors for the Malaysian government, Tan Rajah and Chia, in a statement released today, said the monies are in various currencies with a total value of some 15.3 million Singapore dollars. The statement also mentioned that these monies are being transferred to the special 1MDB recovery bank account in Kuala Lumpur. It also said that efforts to recover other unlawfully misappropriated assets are currently ongoing as well. Tan Rajah and Chia are also the solicitors for 1MDB group of companies and SRC International Sdn Bhd group of companies. Now, the Royal Thai Marine Police, RTMP, have identified 19 hotspots where activities of cross-border smuggling have been rampant. According to RTMP Subdivision 7 in Takbai Station Chief Major Paradom Sawadi, the locations were along Sungai Golo, starting from Takbai to Bukit Ta. Major Paradom said his unit had been working in cooperation with the Pangkalan Kubor Region 3 unit of the Malaysian Marine Police, which include exchanging information and conducting raids to curb smuggling and criminal activities along the river border.
ก่อนย้ายมาที่นี่นะฮะก็จะพูดถึงประมาณ4ท่านะครับ4ท่าช่องทางที่เป็นจุดผ่อนปลนแต่จริงๆแล้วจากการลาดตระเวนที่ผ่านมานักข่าวก็จะเห็นว่าตลอดแนวเส้นแม่น้ำเนี่ยทุกที่ทุกท่าทุกบ้านนะครับไปได้หมดนะครับผม
Major Paradom said this after a joint patrol session between RTMP and Pangkalan Kubor Region 3 Marine in Tumpat, Kelantan. Meanwhile, Pangkalan Kubor Region 3 Acting Commander Inspector Ridwan Mohidin said both sides are constantly working together to ensure the safety of the borders, especially during festive season. The Royal Malaysia Police, PDRM, has confirmed that it is not spying on the social media accounts of members of the Johor royal family. Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Muhammad Fuzi Harun said the PDRM assures the Johor Palace that this was not happening. In a statement released today, Tan Sri Muhammad Fuzi said he will request an audience with His Majesty Tuanku Sultan Johor to inform him of this. According to media reports today, Johor's Tunku Mahkota Tunku Ismail Sultan Ibrahim has alleged that his social media account, as well as that of his father, are being spied on by certain individuals using Israeli technology. Revealing this on his official Facebook account, His Royal Highness Crown Prince of Johor yesterday, Tunku Ismail said cyber troopers had also been planted in the social media account of the Johor Darul Ta'zim football team. Tunku Ismail also reportedly said government's equipment, which was used for spying and gathering data, had also been used before the general election to combat cyber warfare. The Malaysia Crime Prevention Foundation Senior Vice Chairman Tan Sri Lee Lam Thai has come up with a proposal to set up a ministerial-level committee to handle the issue of drugs effectively. The proposal was made following a recent statement by Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail recently, lamenting the ineffectiveness of the drug rehabilitation program in the country. According to Tan Sri Lee, the ministerial-level committee must involve relevant ministries, agencies and departments and should be headed by the Prime Minister or his deputy to ensure all programs planned are implemented successfully.
Melalui jawatankuasa peringkat menteri ini, jadi isu mengenai penyalahgunaan itu dadah boleh dibincang di jemaah itu menteri, dan di samping itu mungkin satu dasar baru boleh diwujudkan, di mana itu strategi yang lebih efektif dapat diperkenalkan untuk melaksanakan program pencegahan dadah secara komprehensif di seluruh negara.
He said no one agency is able to handle the issue by themselves, adding that one of the committee's program agenda would be to invite all agencies, NGOs, religious institutions and even parents to participate actively. According to the National Anti-Drugs Agency, AADK, the country has some 25,922 drug addicts, with more than 18,000 of them new drug users. Police shot dead a wanted criminal in a shootout at Felda Neram Satu settlement in Kemaman, Terengganu early this morning. In the 4:30 a.m. incident, police officers who were on their early morning security patrol saw the man acting suspiciously at a construction site within the Felda settlement. The man, a Malay in his 30s, was surprised by the presence of the police, panicked and began to shoot at them in an attempt to escape. The police officers had no choice but to fire back, hitting the suspect on his right chest and head.
Penjenayah didapati telah ditembak mati dan kita telah menjumpai sepucuk pistol semi-automatik jenis Norinco, dan pemeriksaan lanjut yang kita jalankan masih lagi di dalam siasatan polis. Kita tidak menjumpai sebarang dokumen pengenalan diri terhadap lelaki tersebut.
According to Superintendent Muhammad Said Ibrahim, the suspect was on the police wanted list for his alleged involvement in several crimes, not just in Terengganu, but also in Pahang and Kelantan. The suspect's body has been sent to the Kemaman Hospital's forensic unit for a post-mortem. Investigations are ongoing. A man who went missing since Saturday after he was not seen while on a trekking expedition with a group of friends at Gunung Gua Rimau near Kluang, Johor, was found safe at about 2:45 p.m. today. Head of operations from the Kluang District Police, Inspector Azhan Mat, said Muhammad Nizam Ahmad Ansar was found safe by the search and rescue team not far from where he was reported missing. He was later taken to a nearby hospital for treatment. Muhammad Nizam was believed to have lost his way after he was separated from the group while descending at about 5 p.m. However, the victim was only reported missing yesterday. After failing in their search for the 29-year-old, a report was lodged at 3:20 p.m. at the Kampung Gajah police station. A search and rescue operation was only mounted early this morning, comprising of 80 personnel from the police, fire and rescue, civil defence, among others. All 36 climbers with 4 guides began their ascent early Saturday morning before descending at 2 p.m., realizing the victim was not with them 3 hours later. Meanwhile, a Malaysian stranded in Japan during the earthquake which struck the island of Hokkaido safely returned home this morning. Norziakon Husnan, fondly known as Rudy, arrived at the Senai International Airport to the loving arms of his wife and 2 daughters. Recounting his ordeal, Rudy, 32, recalled the traumatic life and death experience during the earthquake. On vacation in Sapporo since September 2nd, he was expected to return home on September 5th, but failed to do so due to technical difficulties faced at the airport. 5 other Malaysians were also stranded with him at the time.
Memang terfikir semua, terfikir family, terfikir apa yang akan jadi kalau terjadi apa-apa dekat sana. Sampai sekarang saya still rasa lah kalau macam baring apa semua saya still akan rasa macam ada gegaran.
Rudy, who is employed at University Technology Malaysia, UTM Skudai, said that this was his first solo trip to Japan. His return home was the result of Johor's UMNO Liaison Committee led by its secretary, Datuk Samsul Bari Jamali. A 6.6 magnitude earthquake hit Hokkaido on September 6th that triggered massive landslides, resulting in the death of 44 people, with tens of thousands of police and troops still on the ground to support survivors. Concludes this evening's news on 2. In our top story today, price control mechanism for medicines to be announced next month. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. I'm Mohana Priya. Thanks for watching.